Hey guys, it's Nick the Booksmith. Welcome back to my channel. And today I have a little zine for you. And it will be at my Flickr page. This one is going to be a freebie. Because it's my first one of the year. So this one's going to be a freebie. And what it is about is my favorite homemade baking mix. I developed this this recipe, probably a decade ago. And this is what I use instead of like Bisquick, you know, like a baking mix that you would buy. I think it works better and not as many chemicals, right? So I printed out one side and then I flipped the paper over and ran it through and printed the other one on the back side. So I'm going to take off the white border real quickly. And this is what we have left, and I'm going to slice it in half right across here. This should be, at least for you guys in the United States, this should be about 10.5 inches. So halfway is about, 5 1/4, but measure, because everybody's printer's a little bit different. Get out my scoreboard. And I am just going to score in the middle. And that kind of give it a little bit of a mark to make sure. And then also this one. All right. And now I'm going to give this a quick fold, but not like crease it down all the way real heavy. And then this one does get more of a crease because this one fits on the inside of this one. Okay, so now we have our cover, and then I've numbered them, so there's page 1, page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the back. I'm gonna just give these a quick staple. Just like that. Might do another one. Do one in the middle. Okay. And here is our little zine. Let's zoom in here. You can see what we're doing. So on the front cover, we've got our picture of our baking mix in a weck jar and homemade baking mix. And if you noticed, do you remember that page I made? The Franken Raggedy session? That's what I used for the background of this zine. And we turn the page, and on the back of that page is our ingredients for that. And so we have a picture of our ingredients, and here is our list right here. Here is your instructions to put all the ingredients into a food processor, and you pulse it until it's blended, and it should be like a real fine meal. If you don't have a food processor, don't worry, you can use a pastry blender or a fork, or even a hand mixer will do. It's just a food processor gets it nice and fine. Okay, in the middle we have number 3. What do you do? What to do with the mix? Well, we're gonna make biscuits. And then on this page, we have the recipe for the biscuits using the biscuit mix and our instructions on how to mix them, cutting them out, and then how to bake them. And then on the back, got my name and January 2019. And then I added a couple extra little index card notes, so blank ones, so that you could make some notes about the recipe. If you try it and you're like, okay, well, maybe I want to add dried blueberries and drizzle some icing on them and make them, blueberry iced biscuits instead of just plain American breakfast biscuits. This is also a good recipe, like a base for scones as well. So I hope you like that. This recipe actually I think has been around for a long time, the one about the biscuits. So, but people use Bisquick and I just don't. So it's the baking mix, sour cream, and then some people use 7-Up or Sprite or what some in the UK call lemonade, but it's a sparkling, some kind of a fizzy drink, or sparkling water if you don't want any sugar, or you can even use diet 7-Up if you want. But I've used just sparkling water and it works out just fine. Even if you're making savory, like if you're gonna have biscuits and gravy, or you want them to make little breakfast sandwiches, you don't taste the Sprite, you know, or the 7-Up. It's just, I don't know, it's just a nice flavor. But like I said, sparkling water is great too. And then half a stick of butter melted, and the butter, half of that goes drizzled in the bottom of your pan, and then after you cut your biscuits out, then you brush the rest on the top of the biscuits. In the recipe, I say to put them in, you know, into a 9-inch square pan or round pan, or, you know, whatever, but I mean, that's up to you, right? Another way I like to do biscuits or scones is I will put each biscuit into an indentation, like in a muffin tin. And depending on how big you make your biscuits, you can either use regular size muffin tin or the jumbo, the real big ones, if you want to make a real big biscuit or scone. So anyway, just a little bit of extra tidbits about this biscuit recipe. It's very versatile, and so yeah, I hope you like this little freebie zine today. Isn't it cute? Okay. So I'm hoping to have this this video up here in just a little bit. It is about an hour and a half before I list the books on Etsy. So I need to get off the camera and go do that. But there was one thing that I wanted to tell you about over another kit that I've listed at the Etsy shop. And this one is called Title Pages. And you're like, well, you know, I know what a title page is, but what are we going to use them for, right? So this is an example of one of the 12 pages in the kit, and it prints out on this side of the paper so that you can either fold it this way and bind it in, or you can fold it in this way and bind it in, but your title page is always that first right side. So like in a junk journal, ooh, I'm super close. In a journal, I even put one in here, so I put a piece of onion skin on top, and then this is my title page. So the page was actually folded like this and bound in. But had I not put the onion skin, maybe I would have folded it this way so that there would have been a cover sheet over, you know, the title page when you open it up. What I like about title pages, well, there's a couple of different things. So you can use them for all kinds of purposes. But what I like them for is you can title your journal, let's say if it's going to be a yearly journal, or maybe it's a certain trip, or an occasion, an anniversary, maybe it's for a baby. Maybe you're going to give it to somebody and you're dedicating the book to somebody. You can put a dedication or who it's to, who it's from, and the date and all that kind of stuff. And so all that kind of information goes on the title page, and it becomes part of the story instead of just like a card that you would give, or you know, just starting on the first page with Dear Diary, which is totally cool. I just like the thought of title pages. Title pages are in every book that you would buy, or, you know, book that you have on your shelf. They all have title pages. Well, guess what? Our journals need to have title pages too. And so I have used some vintage images to create vintage, authentic looking title pages. But of course you have to fill in the information, because I'm like, you know, you don't want me to put that stuff in. So anyway, that's over there, and they are all black and white, and they print out. I printed this one out on a piece of parchment paper, but they are also lovely on tea-stained paper or colored papers or just white paper. They're just lovely. They're just lovely. So I hope you like those, and I hope you can use those. I think that is it for today. Like I said, I need to get off here and get these books all put online, and yeah, thank you guys for joining me for this quick little video, and go get your zine, and I hope you try the baking mix. You can use the baking mix anywhere that you would use Bisquick, so you know, if you have any recipes for Bisquick pancakes or that kind of, just go try it. Tell me what you think. All right guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.